Howdy everybody, it's Amy from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting, and I've been working on the kitting up for Penguin Harmony here. This was the winner of the vote from the previous couple weeks, and the way I decided to do the kitting up was to try to do a series of video shorts on YouTube, and I created a playlist with them. And I got through about step 4, and I thought I'd go ahead and do another video here, one that's a little bit longer, to point you toward those playlists if you like the short and sweet version. Each of those videos is only 1 minute long, but I'd like to talk a little bit more about some of the steps involved and the issue of static, because that's what I ran into at about step 4, so I thought I'd talk about it a little bit. So this is Penguin Harmony by Steve Sundrum and Diamond Art Club. This one had 62 colors, I believe, maybe 63. I may have already peeled. No, looks like 62 colors. Okay. So my first step, and I can show you because I still have it set up that way, is I sort the diamond colors by amount. So here I have a pile with the ones that had the most, that were 3 bags. Then I have, sorry about the noise, they're crinkly, but I have all the ones that are 2 bags. Then I have a pile made up of the ones that are the really thick single bags. And then I have another pile, got too much going on here on my table, of the ones that are kind of medium filled, not quite as full as those other ones. And then I have the last pile is these smaller bags, the ones that don't have very many diamonds. So once I look over the spread, I decide what sort of storage I'm going to use. And I have different storage containers that I use based on different drills and amounts and all that. So first off, a lot of you probably see these because they're really cheap. These are attached in groups of 4. So I use these when I'm going to kit up by DMC number. So I have a few kits that have a lot of colors, but only a little bit amounts of each color. So I find these to be useful for that, and I sort them in DMC color. Then, for most of my paintings, I use these jewelry storage trays or bead storage trays. You can find these at most craft stores. I got them at both Walmart and Hobby Lobby. So I will typically, for say a painting with maybe 60, these have 24 containers in the bigger jars. So I'll use 2 of these, which will hold about 48. And then for the drills with the smaller amounts, I'll use one of these, which holds 30. So between 2 big ones and 1 smaller container, I can usually cover most diamond paintings. Now, some of the drills will have too many to fit in one of the jars. And what I do with the overflow is I'll pour them in a little baggie and use a Sharpie to write the number on the baggie. So that way, when I know that I'm running low on drills in here, I'll go look at my bag full of baggies and see if I have more of that color and do a refill. But if I run into a painting like this one, where I have large amounts of a color, usually it's those with big backgrounds, so maybe a lot of black for a background or white for a background. This one has a lot of blue and white. I will instead use the Elizabeth Ward containers. So the way I typically kit up is, because I've sorted them by the number of diamonds, I'll start with the smallest ones. So I'll fill up the smallest ones in the containers until it starts getting to the point where there's too many drills in the bags, because I got them kind of in order here. When there's too many drills to fit in a container, then I'll move on to the next bigger size, which is these here. And then when I start getting to the point where the bags are too much to fill those, then I'll move to the even bigger size here, and finally the biggest size for the last. And I can usually fit a diamond painting in one of these, maybe a little overflow with a few containers, but then I can use a combination of the other ones, or just Ziploc baggies. In my last kit, I used the smallest bags and just left them in their bags that the drills came in, and just kind of stacked them along the back side. There, so that's the general order and the way that I kit up, but I wanted to talk a few minutes about static because I have run into a little bit of static with this kit. And I know that's been a big topic lately because it seems like a lot of kits are running into static. It is winter, which means humidities are low, especially in houses with our heaters going. When the temperature and dew point is really low outside, it means that when you're heating up that air, the dew point is so low that your relative humidity gets down into the single digits and it gets really dry and staticky in the house. I notice the same time my drills are staticky, my hair is also staticky, and it's easy to get zapped by metal objects in your house. So there's not a whole lot we can do about that. You can run humidifiers in your house, you can spray water. I know some people use, I've never used it before, Static Guard and other ways, but I'll show you what I do, because it's pretty quick and easy. So I use full dryer sheets, and they have the folds on them, which makes this pretty easy. So I'll take this color here. So this is color 796. So step one for me is always put the sticker on, so I don't forget, throw the bag and forget what color that is and get all confused on the colors. So this is 796. So step one for me is to find that sticker and get it on the container. So I may be starting to get into the range where they're not going to fit in these smallest containers very well, but we'll see. This one looks like it should be able to fit there. So what I do is I cut open the bag fully, and I dump all the drills straight onto the dryer sheet. You can see some of them sticking in the bag there. So this one isn't too bad for static, but there is some. And then I move the drills around on the full-size dryer sheet and kind of push it down and really get those drills all touching the dryer sheet. And then I pour them onto a tray, and you can already tell there that they're behaving much better. And then I just pour from the tray into the container. Easy solution, for me at least, for how to deal with static. And there we go. And they look great. So I'll show you one more time here. Pick a bag, get that number. This is 158, so I will start there. Find number 158 on here. Add the sticker. Open the container. That one, you can see the beads sticking there. There's some static there, so I'm going to cut it open and pour it all out onto that dryer sheet. Shake it, whatever you need to do to get them out of the bag. Move it around on the dryer sheet. Make sure they all get a chance to be up against that dryer sheet. Now you can pour them straight from the dryer sheet into the container, but I've found that I usually spill. So I find it best to dump them from the dryer sheet first to a tray, and then from the tray into the container. And voila! Another successful kitting up of that color without causing too much heartache with the static. So I will continue to kit this up, and I will show you probably another video with me getting started on this kit, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to subscribe for more of this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and be sure to check out my playlist, which has 1-minute short videos showing the kitting up process step by step. So thank you for watching. Talk to you next time.